change of pace.
Welcome to the Change of Pace podcast. This is Rohan and Sai, and we are coming at you after the NBA Finals have completed a few days ago, actually. As you guys know, Knicks beat the Spurs in the most unexpected fashion possible in 5 games after only leading for 20% of the series. It seems like 25, 30% maybe the entire time. Of course, Jalen Brunson has like a 45-point game to cement his finals MVP, unanimous finals MVP, in game 5 in another come from behind victory um, in San Antonio. So extremely impressive performance by Brunson and the Knicks. Sai, immediate thoughts.
Yeah, as a person who picked Knicks in six, I still didn't expect it to go like this.
Yeah,
The
wow.
Spurs, after the Thunder series, where they looked very composed, way older than what you or like played way older than what you would have expected. Defensively, very locked in. I felt that they weren't at that level at all in the finals. The Knicks
Mm.
matched up very well against them as they had in the regular season, but man, they had a double-digit lead every game. Game four, it was 29. Game five, it was 16, and managed to blow them every single time just through terrible coaching, just inexperienced play down the stretch, just not having a real late game offense, relying on your two main guys who couldn't really do anything in the clutch. And at the end of the day, going away from what works, which is pace and defense. And I felt like in the second halves of these games, they kind of just gave away the ball, try to slow it down. De'Aaron Fox was pounding it way too much. The fast break is where this team thrived. Open court, and I felt like in the first quarter they're always just super engaged, getting out quick, being super fast. Champagny, Vassell, these guys like are able to get open looks, and just never happens down the stretch of these games. So props to the Knicks, amazing team, top to bottom. I think this roster is like really well constructed. And I was just really disappointed with what the Spurs were at. When you look at the course of NBA history, you don't see a team get to the pinnacle this young. They usually falter, have a version where they, fail a little bit before they really get to the pinnacle. I did expect that to happen, but I didn't expect that to happen in this sort of fashion where it's just complete demolishing, but in the clutch of these games and just showing being completely outclassed as a threat.
Yeah. I mean, that's the key, right? It's not even a complete demolition for 4 quarters. It's a demolition for like parts of these games to just give it
Yep.
away. I mean, they looked like I mean, the stats prove it. Like they looked like a better team for a majority of the series. They just
Hmm.
blew the games. I mean, clutch time offense for the Spurs has been an issue throughout the regular season too. I mean, it just like it feels like they go away from Wembenyama too much. And De'Aaron Fox, like play after play. I mean, game 4, we can even like we should touch on game 4 because we didn't talk about it. But like
Yep.
blowing a 29-point lead is one thing, but you have Wembenyama misses 2 huge free throws, right? You get lucky with a Josh Hart missed layup, but then up one in a fast break opportunity with no shot clock, like 8 seconds, you hold the ball. Instead, De'Aaron Fox goes for a stupid layup, gets blasted by OG Anunoby, and the rest is history, right? OG again with an amazing tip. OG 72% effective field goal percentage or true shooting, sorry, for the finals. Insane numbers.
Insane.
Or no, I don't even think it's I think it's the playoffs. He had
Yeah.
72% true shooting. That's incredible. I think not to bash you, side, but your cat takes kind of fell off after
Yeah,
game 2. But
absolutely.
whatever, whether you want OG or Cat to be the second best player on this Knicks team, elite team. But yeah, sorry, back to the Spurs. I mean, it feels like De'Aaron Fox was definitely not himself because of his injury, but that shouldn't affect your decision making this much. The same issues of stupid shot selection toward the end. He is not a good jump shooter, but he keeps going to dumb step back threes, dumb tough twos. He turns the ball over. His defensive effort isn't there, and it showed, right? And then Wemby, again, kind of a forgettable offensive series for him. I feel like he really didn't feel like the best player in a majority of these games, except game 3, maybe. Um, so yeah, and then I guess if we want to go down the list, Keldon Johnson, six man of the year, abysmal series this year. I mean this finals. Against the Thunder, he wasn't great either, but he had some huge plays down the stretch of Game 7. Those lucky ass threes. Stephon Castle, after an incredible series against Thunder, looked like shit. He was unplayable offensively. They had to bench him at times the series for that exact reason. He cannot, like, he is simply just not as good as Dylan Harper is at running an offense. Despite Dylan Harper being this young, Stephon Castle's not the playmaker that he showed in the regular season against elite teams, it seems, or at least against the Knicks. He wasn't that. Um, and then the one bright spot is obviously Dylan Harper. This guy deserves to start. I think he's their second best player already. I think like at his peak, he's probably better than Stephon Castle. He's an elite defender. He's an efficient finisher, which Stephon Castle is not. He can run your offense. He makes the right play. And even though he also kind of faltered down the stretch of game 7 or game 5, with just missed shots, I think he's shown a lot.
Yeah, I just felt like the Spurs got into their worst tendencies at times. Wemby again. I thought the Knicks did a great job in guarding him, like the pick and roll. They just tagged him as soon as he went down, and the playmakers didn't really make the playmaking reads that you would expect, like hitting the guys in the corner as soon as they tag Wemby. I didn't
Yeah.
feel like they were super like Mitch Johnson didn't really make creative ways in getting his guys open. So I was like again
Yeah.
disappointed in that. I thought, like you said, Castle wasn't a great playmaking series, and honestly had a terrible last two games as well as Fox. And then Wemby,
Yeah.
like down the stretch of these games, he just can't get his own offense. That's not something he can do at this point, which is again, I think he's maybe he's top two in the NBA right now. Him and Share like really battling that number one spot for me. But like it's just down the stretch, like what he doesn't know what to do, right? He'll ISO on Mitchell Robinson, ISO on Cat, and just really get stonewalled a lot of these time on these drives. And then in the pick and roll, like I said, he's getting tagged. He's not able to get downhill. He can't really post up Cat or Mitchell Robinson. The best thing I see is he just pick and pops, and a lot of these
Mhm.
times are like he's missing these shots down the stretch, just like everyone else on the Spurs is. So again, it's unfortunate. I think the Spurs and Knicks are very equal levels of teams, but the Knicks just outclassed them in the moments that matter the most and showed their maturity and the playoff resilience, which again is a huge thing. The rest factor, another big thing. The Knicks played what like 8 games
Well,
in
at the end.
two
Yeah.
months, basically, while the Spurs were battling against the Thunder and had some injury concerns against the Wolves. Um, so like that rest advantage definitely carried and showed, even though the Spurs are the younger team, it felt like the Knicks had the young legs throughout the second half of these games where the Spurs got tired. Like Wemby would play a lot of minutes because Cornette just sucks, which is something I didn't expect going into the playoffs, honestly. He was really good in the regular season.
Yeah.
But they didn't have as many options down the
Exactly.
stretch. Yeah.
Exactly.
So
Yeah. I mean,
the
there's
I
two things
was
you touched on. Yeah. Go
yeah,
ahead,
sorry. I was
sorry.
just gonna say, like, coming into the playoffs, I thought that the Spurs were had a really tight 8-man rotation. All right, Cornette, Keldon Johnson, even Carter Bryant, like those guys are playable. Harrison Barnes, I thought playable. You know, 9 people. It really just became six, and even Castle
Yeah.
became unplayable in moments. I thought Champagny could have been used a lot more, honestly. I felt like he didn't play as much just because his shooting was so valuable, and when their offensive just falls off a cliff, they didn't have anyone to go to shoot the ball. It felt like everyone was kind of just relying on the mid range or at the rim, where they were just kind of getting stonewalled. So yeah, but we should move on from the Knicks. I think move on to the Knicks, who actually won the
Yeah.
championship.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think I don't even know who to start off with. Josh Hart, incredible like hustle throughout the series. Nothing new from him, right? But some key offense rebounds at times, pushing the pace, and then like yeah, his defense. His shooting is never, I don't know if he's ever going to really be a good shooter anymore. He did shoot 40% from three this series, but on limited, very, very limited attempts. I thought that while Landry Shamet wasn't good offensively, he actually stepped it up a bit defensively. I wanted to touch on the fact that you were mentioning like Champagne should have played more. He just couldn't guard Brunson. Like he was getting roasted, and that's why, right? And like Castle, you kind of can go to him because like he'll hit random shots, but mostly because of his defense. And then Wembanyama, again, last thing on the Spurs, like you definitely hit the nail on the head. Like they need to learn how to, I guess, get him open looks because he cannot create them himself. Like get him off of pin downs or go to the pick and pop more consistently. And he has to work on that mid-range shot. Like he should be able to rise up over anyone to get to that shot. And like a post game, like a simple post look, like Sahil was saying, like those kind of shots, even the Thunder series we talked about it, you just gotta get him open looks. But like a star who's only 22 years old and is at or 21 years old and is as mobile as he is should be able to create for themselves, right? Like nowadays we talk about getting like Kevin Durant open looks, getting Steph even open looks, because they're older now, right? But Wemby should learn to has to learn how to create for himself. And
I
again,
mean,
like
the guys you mentioned though, they have like way better handle than Wemby is. He is 7'5".
he can work on it though. I know it's a
I agree.
crazy
Yeah,
ask, but we've seen him like yeah, we've seen flashes. So work on that in the offseason. I mean,
he
he
definitely
worked
will.
with
Yeah,
Hakeem. He worked with Hakeem on his post game, but actually, like, I don't know, maybe he worked on the strength, like the power with him and like KG, but it feels like the touch still isn't quite there, or he's just not as confident going to a few. Like, he needs a few go-to moves
I think.
like on all three
Yeah,
levels.
I think the hesitancy in the mid range is a real problem for him. Like
Yeah,
when
yeah,
he goes to the short roll, he often has like a couple, like 3 or 4 feet, because these guys are kind of expecting to tag him right around the basket, so he can't get like in perfect position for an alley-oop.
yeah.
So he'll have like a little like
Just put it
14
up.
foot,
Yeah,
like 15-foot jumper, and I feel like maybe one of like 5 times he'll actually end up shooting it, which I
yeah.
think is the problem. And then with the posting, I don't blame him. I mean, against a lot of these Knicks defenders, they're big, they're stout. You're not going to get a lot of mismatches, especially because they're really good at like switching out Cat or OG onto him. Like if you have Brunson, sure, he'll get a post up, or Josh Hart or
Yeah.
Mikal Bridges. But I felt like a lot of the time he was just never able to get the matchup he wanted, and when they did, they were really good at just pushing him up. And he has a super like he's super tall, so like Brunson, who's a stout guy, Josh Hart, who's a stout guy, like lower center of gravity, can kind of push him, make him uncomfortable. So I'm not sure the post up is in his game, but I do feel like a jab step pull up mid range or something like that, where he can just get it on the block like
This
14
is
feet from the
crazy. We're
basket.
talking about a 7'5" guy.
He's a
We give
skinny dude, you know? Like,
it doesn't matter. He still has the weight. Like, I don't know. Like, to me, if I don't know. I mean, put on,
I
I don't
mean,
know if
what's
it's
the body
necessary for him
comp
to put on
for him?
that
You
much
know
weight.
what I mean? Like, there's not a player who's built like him who could post up,
You
you
can,
know?
okay, post up, like, but you should, I guess this is a mid-range shot then, but you telling me you can't hit like a 10-foot fade over any of these
I think he
guys?
can. Yeah, I think that's
That's
something he
what,
needs to
like,
work
that's
on
something
too.
Hakeem would do too.
I
Like,
agree, but
that's
I
a
think a fade is
go-to
also
move.
tougher because you have to engage the physicality, right? You got to push them, try to get them off balance and turn around.
Yeah.
And then at the same time, in these playoff environments, Cat's just going to push you back, push you off balance, and Wemby's fucked. You know what I
The
mean?
thing is, if the hook is a threat, then that makes the defender way more vulnerable
He's
to
not close
the
enough to get a
falling
hook
foot.
shot. Like 10 feet is way too far out for a hook. I mean, maybe not for a 7'5" dude.
Is it?
Maybe I'm
Yeah, I don't
overestimating
know
it.
that. Yeah, like I don't know. I mean, 10 foot definitely that's definitely a lot. But like,
I think like a
I
Kevin
don't.
Garnett, a Dirk Nowitzki, like
Yes,
those type of like elbow jumpers, like that's what he needs to figure out in his
that's
game.
totally what
LaMarcus
he should go
Aldridge,
to.
like
Yeah,
bank shot, like he can get that very easily, and I feel like that's what he was kind of straying away from. In the
yeah,
Thunder
that's
series,
ridiculous.
I
Yeah,
really liked because it felt like, I mean, we just don't have the guys to guard him that the Knicks do, right? They have three big bodies. Our only option was Isaiah Hartenstein, basically.
yeah,
Every time he saw Chet Holmgren, it's food. Every time our guards, like Lou Dort, can do some damage, like make sure he's kind of uncomfortable. Alex Caruso can make sure he's a little uncomfortable. At the end of the day, he could post those guys up. Like those are smaller guys.
yeah,
But the Knicks have three guys, and they're always, and because of the way they play in the second half, where both teams really slow the pace down, it feels like there's not a real lot of cross matching there. And
yeah,
they're really smart on the back end. Like Cat and OG both are really smart about getting the switches back to Wemby, where he's not getting any mismatches there. So I mean, I think he could post up a mismatch, but I think expecting him to have a reliable post game, it just I'm not expecting that, and I just don't feel like that's a real ask. And then like I feel like the drives from the top of the key, not a big fan. The size up threes, not a big fan. I just really think like
yeah,
short roll, pull up mid range, give it to him at the elbow, pull up mid range. Like that's where he can go to down the stretch of these games.
yeah. I mean, again, it still kind of baffles me that we don't expect a 7-footer to be able to convert consistently in the paint. But yeah, if he can become an elite shooter, no one's stopping that jump shot from going. It
Yeah, I
is an
mean, I think
unblockable
he's
shot.
not far off, which is the crazy thing with him. His shot is
Yeah,
really good.
his shot is good, but he can't get to it enough, I guess. Like it takes a long time to prepare to shoot that three It feels like he'll catch it and there'll be a decent distance between him and the defender. And even if there's not, he should be able to shoot over them, right? But
Right.
too many times, like he will wait and then he'll do the slowest pump fake and get
Yeah.
and try to get by. And I felt very frustrated watching that happen multiple times in this series.
I think
You
another thing
wanna,
about
yeah.
him. Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say I also thought his defense wasn't stellar.
It wasn't. No.
Like
You talked to. Yeah. Go ahead.
yeah.
You've talked about this a
Like
lot.
in
Go
the
ahead.
OKC series, he was just so dominant because he could play a one-man zone against this team, right? Like you're gonna
Yeah.
have a guy like Lou Dort, Isaiah Hartenstein, Alex Caruso, where you can just switch off any action that goes off in those corners and just make sure if he's in the corner, just run to the basket. He's gonna block everything. Make sure the basket is basically not there. But against the Knicks, it felt like he was so over eager to close out. Like against Karl Anthony Towns, he got beat so many times. OG Anunoby got beat so
Oh
many
my
times, and
God.
it felt like
Okay.
the Knicks were doing such a good job of driving against like pump fake and drive, just keep the offense churning, even if it was against Wemby. And OG
Yeah.
dunked on him. Cat was able to get downhill, get and ones against him. I thought even like I think Landry Shamet had a couple drives against him, like just closing out in the
He kind
corner.
of should swat it though, but
Yeah,
yeah,
he definitely
he did
did.
get by him.
But like
Yeah.
the fact that they were willing to be so aggressive against him, and I thought so many times Brunson just was able to get downhill to the paint so comfortably without like Wemby was just stuck at the corner attached to anyone.
Yeah.
Even Josh Hart sometimes he'd just be stuck onto for no reason. And I just felt like his paint influence wasn't as much as it has been in the past against the Blazers, against the Wolves, against the Thunder. And I think
Yeah.
that the Knicks team construction, the fact that they have this five out look and the fact that Mitchell Robinson like he has to stay attached to Mitchell Robinson. Like even when he's in the paint, like he doesn't block it because Mitchell Robinson's just gonna get it off the glass and dunk it. Um,
Yeah.
it's a really interesting matchup, and I think it neutralizes a lot of Wemby's strengths on both ends.
Yeah, I mean, not to be that guy, but like you saw him against the Warriors too in those two games where it looked like Steph was a freaking like the GOAT, right?
Hmm.
All yeah, 5 out offenses do bother Wemby because it
Yeah,
kind of it's very he's not used to it, I guess. Like he is not really sure what to do
it's hard to
because
play
like
drop
his
against Steph. Like you
yeah,
can't.
Steph is one thing, but just like he's so yeah, he's so used to staying in the paint. Like it's like the
Hmm.
Gobert problem, right? Where you're like not totally sure if you're supposed like even if there's a shitty shooter out there, you're not really sure if you're supposed to like kind of go out or stay in the paint. And I feel like the Knicks got good looks throughout the series. I mean, throughout the second half of the second half. It felt like every first half the Spurs are bottling them up and it looked impossible to score. And something would just flip in the second half every time. I think they would also get more transition opportunities in the second half against the Spurs because they just made like baffling decisions. Um, but it just felt like I don't know if the Spurs got tired or like yeah, Wemby if Wemby was gas, I'm not totally sure, but it felt like the Spurs defense just kind of fell apart. And like yeah, the over eagerness is definitely a very accurate way to describe it. Like he shouldn't be like you can contest OG shot from where you are. You don't have to
Right.
go all in on the three. Like that might have been, I mean, I think Mitch Johnson also being a younger coach, I'm not totally sure if he overemphasized the fact the Knicks are elite shooters, but they clearly took advantage of the Spurs thoughts, like of that, like yeah, the Spurs defensive game plan and attacked. Whether it was OG beating Wemby over kind of contesting a potential three or Cat just bodying him in the paint on drives. Um, yeah, it was not a good defensive series for Wemby.
I mean, I'd say it's still great, like a very, very good defensive series. I just mean like he's not to like the impact we see from him on a regular basis, it just wasn't to that
Yeah,
level.
for Wemby, it didn't seem
He still
like
had six blocks in the first half of
great.
like game five. You know, like he had his
Yeah,
moments where he was just exceptional. I just thought the consistency, the all-time great defensive dominance that he was for the first three rounds just wasn't at the same level personally.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Should we move on to the next though? Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. Why don't you get us started?
Yeah, I mean, it's just like every player on this roster fits the perfect role. Josh Hart, like you said, perfect hustle guy, hits big threes when you want him to. Obviously had the big missed layup in game four, had a missed three in game five, but makes it up in so many other moments. The offensive rebounds, the steals, just a perfect glue guy, perfect role player. Mikal Bridges, I thought his shooting was just so much better. If every time he shot a three, I expected it to go in at a certain
Yeah.
point. He was super efficient. That I remember game two, I believe, just that second half with him and the bench lineup were just able to dominate the end of the third quarter and give the
He was
Knicks
big in
like
game
a
four,
10
yeah.
point lead in San Antonio.
Mm.
Just incredible. Like moments from him, I thought in game five also he was really good, just hitting big shots, especially like during these runs, you obviously need to hit your threes. And Mikhail obviously definitely hit big shots game after game. Cat was in foul trouble the last three games, basically, which sucked. I felt like the refs took a lot of, it was a big part of why he was in foul troubles more than his own dumb fouls, which, does happen,
Yeah,
but
the
I didn't
first
think
two
it was,
fouls in
yeah.
game five were kind of like, yeah, they were ticky-tack fouls.
But first two games, he was completely dominant. He changes the geometry of the defense for the Spurs and how the offense can function for the Knicks. He has the all-time record now for plus minus in the playoffs, which is insane. Like this is an all-time Knicks team, and I know it's hard to like imagine it because we're living in the
Yeah.
moment. But the fact is, they dominated the playoffs, completely end to end, 16-3, two games but losses by 1 point to CJ McCollum on some tough mid-range shooting, and it didn't feel like they had their entire offense figured out at that point. Some bad three-point shooting as well in those couple games, and then a 4 point loss in game three, where Donald
To
Trump was
Trump,
in the
yeah,
corner. Yeah, exactly.
that's
The
obviously the reason. Yeah.
the aura's bad.
Yeah.
And again, even in that game, down 12, come back and Stephon Castle hit a huge sh jumper. De'Aaron Fox hits maybe the only long mid-range in the clutch he has all series. Like just things that didn't happen for the rest of the series happened in that one game where they end up losing. But this is an all-time team. And then not to mention the two best players, Jalen Brunson, OG Anunoby. I mean, Cat, I don't know,
Yeah,
whatever.
I was gonna ask you, like, what
In
happened?
this
What
series,
happened
the
in
two best
this?
players, OG Anunoby, Jalen Brunson. OG, exceptional first four games. Game five, he was awesome on defense. Like I felt like in transition, he just completely dominated the matchups. Like Fox,
Yeah.
like you said, that pin off the glass. Last game, Dylan Harper had a chance to tie the game, and he couldn't
I
make
feel
the
like he had
layup
a lot
because
of
OG.
blocks in this series.
He's
Like, oh,
he's one of the
he
best
had a block.
defenders in the
Yeah,
league. And, I think he was
easily.
all
Yeah.
defensive second team this year. Deserves a lot of credit for that. Like the Knicks turnaround on defense, the second half of the season, a lot of the credit goes to him and Mike Brown.
Yeah. Shout out to
But
Mike
again,
Brown.
72% true shooting, made every big shot. Even ice had moments where he would just ISO a defender at the end of shot clock and just nail it. And you'd be like, okay, what are we gonna do? That as a Thunder fan, I knew like if I was playing the Knicks, this team would be so frustrating to play against because so many of these guys just hit crazy shots. Like they are a super hot jump shooting team, and they just have been all postseason. And then finally, Captain Clutch, Jalen Brunson was just exceptional all 5 games in the clutch. He didn't shoot well
Yeah.
for like the first three. Um, I think his true shooting was still like 53% for the whole series.
He was
But
shooting under 40%, I think, entering game five, or like,
yeah,
yeah. And I think, like, sorry to cut you off, but like, his clutch time performances have been insane.
insane.
Okay, even in game one, he had like 13 points the fourth quarter after starting shitty the entire time.
Yep.
He leads the comeback in game four. He just kept them in the game, even down 25. He is still scoring consistently. Game two, he was big in the clutch.
Mhm.
Like hitting the exact same fadeaway in both game one and game two.
He had a floater
And
in
then,
game four. He had the big three over Wemby in game four to keep them down, get
yeah,
the game close. Just
game three,
every
it felt like they were
game,
going to come back and win two. And then, yeah, game five just like scores more than
45
half the
points.
team's fight, or
Probably the
not half
best
the team.
finals game I've seen since Giannis, his 50. And again, that was
Yeah.
another closeout game, but just him, I think Steph that game four, like those are
Yes.
like all-time finals games that you don't see very often. Like I just didn't think Brunson could do this against this level of defense, especially because like my MVP Shea, like he really struggled against the Spurs defense. Obviously, Spurs put way more attention on him, and the offensive circumstances are a lot different in how they were guarded. But I just felt like
Yeah.
I was really shocked that Brunson was able to get his in such a way, and just I think the fact that he's such a good pull-up three-point shooter, which I didn't expect, coming into like I didn't know how reliable it was, honestly, his three-point shot. Like it's
Yeah.
good, but I didn't think it would be like a real weapon against the Spurs team. The fact that he can play off ball and just get into these looks against Castle, who's like just running around screens. And he's just a super tough shot maker. He can bump Wemby like at moments, like 45 points again, and the Knicks scored 104, I think.
Yeah,
Like that's just incredible. An
yeah,
absolutely incredible game you'll always remember.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, quick other again, you already mentioned, but shout out to Mikal Bridges.
Hmm.
Since struggling, I think even closing the regular season and the first few games, the playoffs, he was garbage. And then that last like game six against the Hawks where they won by like 65 points. Then onward, he was huge, huge in that Philly series, right? And then yeah,
Hmm.
Cavs kept it consistent. And then this game, like everyone came up clutch in certain moments, and then OG and Jalen were just consistent throughout the thing. So huge
Yeah,
shout
F
out to
them
them.
picks. Yep.
Yeah, fuck them picks. Shout out to his live stream. That was funny as
That
fuck.
was just crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a funny guy. And then also, yeah, Mike Brown definitely deserves love for this series. I think him, like, there's a couple things, right? Tom Thibodeau, we touched on it a lot last year. Like, these guys are just tired. Like, they were playing ridiculous minutes in the regular season and the playoffs. Like Josh Hart for this series, how many minutes a game was he playing? No one touched 40 minutes this series. Josh
Wow.
Hart played 30 minutes a game. And none of the
And
games
these
are
were all
blowouts.
close games too.
They're
Yeah.
all within 10, right? That's insane. Jalen Brunson is the one who played 39 minutes. That's it. So these guys were well rested coming into the playoffs. They were able to rest during the playoffs as a result of their rest in the regular season, probably because that's how they won all these games. Um, and the ball movement is just incredible. Like this, like the team is practically exactly the same, right? They had a full year of OG now. That's great. Okay, but yeah, OG was traded last season, right?
2 seasons ago.
Oh, was it 2 seasons ago?
Because
Okay, I guess it.
he played the playoffs against the Sixers and Pacers where
Uh,
he like had the hamstring injury.
oh, that was a good that Sixers Knicks series. That was good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, OG, okay, fine, whatever. But it feels like he just unlocked he got the most out of this team in terms of the shooting. He got the most out of Cat. We were concerned about Cat's fit. Remember, even during the season, there was a time where like it felt like Cat and Mike Brown weren't seeing eye to eye. They
Yep.
clearly put that shit behind them. He used Cat as an offensive hub for a lot of these playoffs, and it worked. Cat obviously came up big defensively. I think the biggest concern with Mike Brown can be defense at times, but the entire team showed up. Even the like the guys who don't play defense bought into it, right? And like the ball, it felt like they got a good shot on every single possession. Those late shot clock dagger threes are killer. They've been throughout the playoffs, whether it's McCall or OG throwing up grenades that somehow go in. They're all generating good looks, and it seems like they made the Spurs defense look as bad as any team can possibly, especially Victor Wembanyama. So huge shout out to Mike Brown.
Yeah, I completely agree, especially on the defense. Like I said, like second half of the season, one of the best defenses in the league. You obviously think of Brunson and Cat as bad defenders, and that's a big reason why no one really believed in this team down the stretch. It's like, can this team have survive where their most important positions, their point guard and their center, are just not great defenders? And they completely turned it around in the postseason. Like Cat, very solid defender. I thought his rim protection was actually like really effective against a lot of these Spurs guards. Again, played Wemby great one-on-one dumb fouls that happens. I thought he was better about that this series. And then Brunson, like just really smart. Like he'll never gets himself in too much trouble. Like which I think as a small guard, like that's a problem where you're kind of stuck against a bigger guard or a bigger wing who's just ISOing on you and can get to a shot really easily. I never felt like Brunson allowed that to happen. I thought
Yeah.
he's been really good at just like hedging on these screens, like getting out to them and then retreating before giving up an advantage. He had a couple moments where like Harper can bully him, but I think at the end of the day, he's still kind of big, even for a smaller guard. He's a better defender than
Yeah.
like those Trey Young, like like that level of Darius Garland, like those really, really small guards. He's still a beefy guy, and that
Hmm.
allows him to like really play defense. And then going back to what you said, like no one played 40 minutes. That's a great stat. Like the depth was a lot better than I anticipated coming into the postseason. I mean, you believe in Mitchell Robinson because he's just like a big guy. The offensive rebounding is just such an effective part of his game. He's a great defender. But then you also have Landry Shamet, who was amazing in that Cavs series, couldn't miss a shot, missed a decent amount of shots in the middle of this series, but just made big plays throughout the stretch. I thought defensively, like he was a guy closing over Brunson in those
He was
defensive
good.
moments, and he
Yeah.
was great, like just chasing around screens, playing bigger than he is, super tough. Another guy, Jose Alvarado, like huge down the stretch of game
Yeah,
four. He hit a big three, had a turnaround, like layup. They just realized they needed more ball handling. I felt like the Spurs didn't attack him as much, like at all, basically down the stretch of that game, even though he's a smaller guy, because he's feisty, he plays defense, he's smart, and like Bridges isn't like a complete like ball handler in the sense that he can set up other guys and like keep the offense moving the same way Alvarado can. He was great down the stretch. Like they made a midseason trade for him right at the deadline, and it worked out completely fine. And then I think that's basically who like there's minutes from like other guys like Huckporty had some good minutes in
Porty
the
had a,
in
yeah, he
game
had a
five.
couple defensively, he had a
Sohan
good,
would play
yeah,
a couple defensive moments. But like really it was those like eight, nine guys. And I thought
yeah,
Mike Brown just played them perfectly. Like every coaching decision felt like really, really good by Mike Brown. And that's how you
yeah,
win against a really good Spurs team in five. You just make perfect choices and outcoach the other team like by far.
yeah. No notes. That's totally agree. Anything else you want to touch on for this series or
I mean,
Spurs off-season outlook?
I think let's start with the Knicks. Just want to give them credit, like completely dominated, highest point differential of any championship winner. 16 and 3, like I said. Right, like after game three on, they went on a 12 game win
Yeah,
streak,
13,
right?
13. Yeah.
13, like just outstanding. Something you didn't expect. And then this was a team that had like that magical run like the Pacers of last year. 22-point comeback against the Cavs game
Cavs.
one. 29-point comeback against
That's
the
just
Spurs in
that's the
game four.
biggest choke in NBA history.
Biggest
Like
choke. I
any
completely agree.
game,
I think it's more of a
easily.
Spurs choke than it is a Knicks comeback because it
Totally,
just, yeah,
yeah. At that point, it has to be more
yeah,
like if you blow a 29-point lead, that's definitely more on you than a team hitting
for
ridiculous
sure.
shots. And yeah, there's been like, yeah, I don't know. I have nothing else to say. Yeah, it's
I mean,
true.
I just like looking back at it, like this is one of the most impressive runs. They would completely demolish teams in these closeout games. They've won every closeout series on the road. One of the best road playoff teams we've ever seen. Like that just, I think
Hmm.
they've lost one road playoff game this entire series, which was game three against the Hawks. But like just incredible. They like against the Hawks won by 50 to close them out. I think against the Sixers won by like 40. Against the Cavs won by like 25. Again, had to come back against the Spurs, but this is a team that just knows how to close out. They play responsibly.
Yeah,
It's like it's hard to say like that they're not an all-time team. Like looking
it's
back at these
true.
recent
No, it's
champions, right?
true.
This is like the best recent champion we've had of the 2020s.
And
And
that's crazy to
it's
say because
crazy
it's
that it's
like
they're
the
better than the
names don't
Celtics by
just stick
run.
out to you.
They don't.
That, yeah, it's what's interesting is that like they got so hot at the right time,
Hmm.
but like we all thought they would regress to the mean eventually, but they just kept riding it out. Like
Yeah.
they just never, maybe if you play like another series, something, they'll finally regress. But the shooting, like I remember in game one, was it game one where they started off, they were really, really cold at some
Hmm.
point, and we were like, oh, it's finally coming back to earth, or
Yeah.
maybe it was game two. But like it sustained itself somehow, and the
Hmm.
defense never really lapsed, right? So yeah, just insanely dominant run. It's just
Yeah.
hard for me. Maybe I'm a hater. It's hard for me to say any of those series in the East were impressive. Like they
No, I
played pretty
mean, I
shit
agree.
teams,
Like none of those
but
teams are
the
that
way, the
crazy good.
fashion at which they beat
Hmm.
those teams is noteworthy. Like, yeah, like you said, I totally forgot. Hawks, I remember. The Sixers, I remember that game too. Like that was crazy. It all happened so fast. And then yeah, the Cavs
They hit
game.
like 22 threes or something
No,
that
they
game
didn't
four. They
miss.
just
I
didn't
think they
miss.
started off 10 of 11 or 11
Yeah.
of 12 from three or something
Yeah.
that game. And it was in Philadelphia.
Hmm. Again, they
Um,
closed out all these series on the road. That's just
yeah,
insane. They lost one road game in the playoffs.
it just felt, it literally even now feels like a fucking dream, like too good to be true. Like there's no way the Knicks
Yeah.
with Jalen Brunson and OG are doing shit like this. Because to me, they were always going to be like a second round or maybe conference final
Like
team.
last year when they beat the
That's a
Celtics, it's like this, they
pretender.
peaked. They peaked by
Yes,
beating the Celtics.
exactly. It's like the Timberwolves vibes,
Right.
right? They peaked by
Exactly.
beating the Nuggets, but they're not going to beat the Thunder. No way. Like
Exactly.
it's never going to happen. And
Yeah.
then again, like we can say all like I'll hate on them for and say that they're played shit teams, but who else is
They
one in
did.
the East, right?
I
Who
mean,
else
tell
is in
me
the
a
East that
team.
play?
Tell me a better team than the Spurs that any of
No, they
these recent
couldn't. They
champions
would
have
have
played.
beaten anyone. They
No,
would
but
have beaten
I'm
anyone.
saying
Yeah.
looking back at all these champions who
Yeah, yeah,
played in
yeah.
the finals, the Spurs are the best team that, I mean, based off the regular season, maybe playoffs are a little different, but I think the Spurs are one of the best teams that any finals team has had to play.
Yeah, if you want to look at NBA, like the teams that lost in the NBA finals, like the Spurs are better than the Heat of 2020, the Suns of
Yep.
2021, the Celtics 2022, Heat of 2023, Mavs 2024.
Pacers,
Pacers,
I think, is pretty
Pacers
close.
would be an interesting one just
Yeah,
because we don't know what happens if Hallie stays healthy. We've
of
no
course.
idea. Not that they would
Yeah,
have
yeah.
won, but we don't know.
Right,
But that's like, yeah, no, the Spurs are definitely like elite. Like that's a very
right.
respectable thing.
And they won in
And
five. That's the crazy
again,
thing.
yeah, it's like the closest 5 game series
Yeah, for
probably of
sure.
all
Yeah, it's like
time.
the best 5 game series you'll
It
ever
was
see. Like,
truly
awesome series.
ridiculously close series. Like the Spurs looked better it's insane. Like yeah, like you were saying earlier that all these like young teams will go through shit and they'll eventually win. But the Spurs were there. Like
Yep.
they were
Every game they were
poised
there.
to win. I thought they were gonna win. They
It's like
looked better.
it's such a devastating loss game after game that as a fan you're devastated. But
I
also it's
can't
like
believe it's real,
this could be
bro.
a series that kind of haunts you at the same time, where you're known
Yeah.
as chokers, where you're known as being villains.
They are chokers,
Yeah.
and it's crazy. Like all this aura gambling, we're gonna come back from down 3-1 type shit, or like
Yeah.
everyone, like all Thunder fans hated Wemby after he was so excited to beat you guys in that thing. Like
Yeah.
it's funny, but
Oh no, it was a
fuck, man.
super successful
And now
game
they have
clutch.
to pay, yeah, facts. They have to pay De'Aaron Fox like $50 million a year now for
Yeah.
like 4 years. That's fucking
I
ridiculous too.
also
If
wanted to
they,
add, like, I feel like the Knicks, maybe except like Rick Brunson and James Dolan, just a super likable organization,
yeah,
franchise. Like 53 years is insane. That was the longest streak of years, like for between championships that anyone's had. I think other now it's the Blazers, but before that, it's like 53 years was the longest gap between the first championship and the second one.
yeah.
Nuts.
I mean, it's just better. As much as it sucks to hear, like it's better when the big markets are good. It's just better for the league when the big.
I
It's good
think
for.
I agree, but I also think like what I've liked about the league so far is like it's been a good balance of both. Like last year it
Yeah,
was a dominant small market thing where the Thunder and the Pacers. This year the Knicks, but you also get to see like New York City go crazy, and that's like super fun. All
yeah.
the
It's
celebrities
like
come
a
out. That's a ton of
culture
fun
thing. Yeah,
for
like wouldn't it
sure.
be nice if Chicago was good? Not that I don't want a
Yeah,
team
for sure.
not that I don't want a team like the Rockets or something to be good, or like the Memphis Grizzlies. I want everyone to be good, right? But it's like these storied franchises. It's nice when they're not the laughing stock of the league
For
anymore.
sure. Yeah.
So it's definitely like like great to see the Knicks fans, great to see Ben Stiller doing that documentary, and not great to see the Knicks terrorizing New York. I mean the fans terrorizing New York, but it's cool. It's still cool, and the parade is in a couple of days, so I'm
Yeah.
excited to see
That'll be cool. A
what
lot of
happens.
crazy clips gonna come out of that.
Facts. Yeah,
I
you see
think,
OG is
yeah.
stoned. He's been stoned like the last 2 days.
The
What up,
morning
Good
show
Morning
clip was
America,
crazy,
or
bro.
whatever. He couldn't say a word.
Yeah.
That was super funny.
I was
Yeah,
gonna add
Mikhail's
like
drunk. Yeah.
I yeah, again, like the team is super likable. I think this is an all-time like team you're gonna kind of remember. It feels like it's giving like the 2011 kind of Mavs vibes where it's just
Yeah.
like a really solid team that's really put
They beat
together.
better. They beat like the Mavs. Come on, though. They're like people
Oh, for
said
sure.
that, but like
For
the
sure.
Mavs fucking beat Kobe, young KD, the Spurs, and
That's an all-time
LeBron.
run. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Come on, like
For
come
sure.
on. Yeah. And again, it's like it's just because of the name, right? Like Jalen Brunson. Like we could be looking at like he's probably already a top 10 point guard of all time. Is he not? Like
No, I don't think
someone
so.
asked me this. Is he not? Okay.
Do you
By the
have
time
Dame or Brunson?
how is Dame over Brunson?
I think Dame's better than Brunson.
How? Tell me
I
how.
I mean, again, it's a very short peak he's had, so I'm
Yeah,
not
that's
gonna.
the thing, right?
But the
So,
regular
but
season
it's
peak isn't anything crazy. It's like he hasn't made first team All NBA. Dame's definitely done
I
that.
think it's
Or
Dame
maybe he
won
hasn't.
first team All NBA when Steph was hurt the entire season. I
Yeah.
don't even know if Dame won in 2019, 2020 All NBA first team. But if he did, it was that year. Um, but no, but my point is that like it's not crazy to say Jalen Brunson will keep doing this.
Oh, for
Like,
sure.
if he continues his regular season performances and the Knicks never win again, he is still better than Kyrie all time, undoubtedly. He is better
Hmm.
than Dame all time, undoubtedly.
He made
I
it
don't see
over Steph healthy here, just saying.
which year, 22,
2017,
23?
2018.
They say, oh, okay, whatever. We had Katie and Steph were
Yeah, yeah.
stealing votes from each other.
Yeah,
You know what
exactly.
happened in the playoffs in 2018? Fucking the Blazers fucking they got destroyed by the Pelicans. You want to look up the stats of that
Yeah, yeah,
series?
yeah. That was a bad series.
Dame
I'm not gonna deny
Dame
that.
averaged
Yeah.
like 17 on like 35% shooting, got outplayed by Drew Holiday and Rajon Rondo. And then we thrashed the Pelicans. Steph came back after being hurt, and then we beat him. Anyway, sorry,
It's
I
not fair,
digress.
dude.
Yeah, whatever, bro.
It's the
It's
Blazers.
also not fair that Steph and KD steal votes from each other, but
No,
here we are,
I'm
right?
just saying, like,
Yeah.
this is, I
Um,
think Dame's, like, better than Brunson right now. Like, I wouldn't put him there. But it's very
Jalen
close.
Brunson just won Finals MVP, bro. Dame hasn't sniffed the finals.
I agree, but it's like the
And
team was so
okay,
different.
Jalen Brunson has never even lost in the first round of the playoffs.
Is
He
he
has
not?
made it. No,
The
since
Mavs,
he
he's definitely
joined
lost. Oh,
in
the
the
Knicks.
first round.
The Mavs, yeah, with the Clippers and like whenever they've lost
Oh,
like a lot of
sorry,
times.
sorry. That's like okay. As a star, since joining the
Oh,
Knicks, he has in 2023 they made the second round, lost to the Heat, who made it to the finals. 2024 they lost to the Pacers in the second round as well. 2025 lost in the conference finals to the Pacers again. 2026 wins a championship, right? He's a playoff riser. Dame
he's
is a
definitely a player.
playoff dropper. He has one really good series that happens to be against you guys. One very good series. You cannot name another elite series. He has that gamer against the Rockets. He
Dude,
wasn't
what about
elite
the
that series.
Nuggets series? I mean,
Lamar,
they lost, but
CJ McCollum was better in that series. Oh,
no,
sorry.
the
You're talking about
other one.
2021.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, sure. I'll give you that one. That 50 whatever point game was pretty
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
crazy. But in the following game where they lost, he wasn't good. The elimination game,
Sure.
game six, he wasn't good. Um, but no, like I think it's absurd to put Dame over Jalen Brunson, bro. Come on. Like, yeah, I don't know. I think that's crazy. I think like peak for peak, it's not even like he has a finals MVP and like he's been like was Dame a t top 10 player for more than 2 years in a row? I don't think
Yeah,
so. I don't think so.
I
When?
think
What
so.
year?
Like 2017 to like 2020.
Ooh, 2017. No, I think Kyrie was better than Dame in 2017.
I mean, dude, he was averaging
John
27
Wall was better
plus
than
for
Dame in
5 straight years.
2017. I know, but it was like he was never a super
He was
efficient
all NBA
player.
first or second team from 2018 to 2021. Like I think that's
Off the
top
top of
10.
my head, in 2018, 2017 and 2020, not every year, but like in general, the top 10 would off the top of my head, LeBron, KD, Steph, Kawhi, 80, that's five.
Hmm.
Westbrook, Harden, also, in my opinion,
I don't think you.
def
Maybe Westbrook was
Westbrook,
better than one of those years. I think Dame was probably better than most of those years.
Westbrook MVP year 2017, 2018. Also, that was the average triple double. Thunder
That's
lost in
a,
the first round to
they
the.
weren't good to the
But
Blazers.
okay, no. Okay, no. What? No,
Oh, to the
2018 they lost
Jazz.
to
Yeah,
the
yeah,
thing, the Jazz. Yeah,
Jazz.
which is
Yeah,
also fucking hilarious. But he wasn't the reason. That was Paul George and Carmelo Anthony's fault.
yeah.
2019 lost to the Thunder. Sure. I mean, lost to the Blazers. I'll give you that. A maybe. Even though the regular season, like statistically, they were
No,
the. I don't
he
know.
was not as good. He averaged like 22, 10, and 10. Russ
Yeah, it was
was
another triple double year. Okay, Harden definitely better,
Harden
not
definitely
not an
clears. Yeah,
argument at
yeah.
all, right? I
Oh
would
yeah,
probably
clears.
take
Yeah.
Kyrie. I'll probably take
I
Kyrie
wouldn't take
over him
Kyrie.
too.
I wouldn't take
Kyrie
Kyrie.
2017 and 2018 was very good. He didn't get to play
Yeah,
in the
yeah, yeah.
playoffs 2018. 2019 he was also very good
I
until the
think Dame's
playoffs.
better. That's how high I view Dame.
I don't know. And then who else? I'm definitely probably forget. Paul George is better 2019. Uh,
He had one
uh,
good year. I don't
uh,
think Paul George is better than Dame.
2019 he was definitely better than Dame. He was
Yeah,
third
yeah,
in
one
MVP.
year.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
the rest of
But I'm
the
saying
career
Jalen
big.
Brunson is like undoubtedly been a top 10 player of the last like 3 seasons.
And that's not true.
24, 25, 26?
No. Not
Really?
undoubtedly. Not undoubtedly. He is in that
No.
11, 12, 13 range until this year, in
I
my
think
opinion.
Dame was in the same range though. Like I
I
don't think
disagree.
Dame, I don't know. I feel like we're definitely also forgetting someone. Um in wow, I feel old in like the 20. things. Who else even was there? Like, I don't know if you'd go that far as saying like Chris Paul was better. That feels wrong.
Maybe a couple of the years it's close.
Oh, Giannis,
Like
what the fuck? Yeah, Giannis is better. And
not the
then
first 3 years, I would say.
2019 he won MVP.
Yeah,
Definitely then he was
2018,
better.
2019, definitely
Maybe
better.
even 20, yeah, so just 2017 is the only year we're not
Yeah,
mentioning
that's
in
fair.
that.
He's probably yeah, Giannis was better.
And then
Maybe Jokic was
2019,
better.
Jokic might have been starting in
Probably
2018 as
not
well.
actually. No, he
2018,
was like
19,
he was
he
good
was
like right
fine.
before 2019. Like that's when he kind of started peaking.
Yeah,
I'd
yeah.
say
Um, but that's my point, right? It's close. Like I don't think it's any like closer to being top 10 than Brunson is. And again, this he won. Like this is crazy. Like you're seeing the
yeah.
performances he's doing. He's taking the finals, and then three more. Okay, yeah. Okay, fine. Forget about all this peak stuff like 2017 to 2020. 3 years from now, when Jalen Brunson has three more All NBAs and three more All Stars, and who knows, maybe a championship, but even if no championship, he is definitively better than Dame to me.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
he is,
I'll give it to him
yeah.
then. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So then is Dame a top 10 point guard of all time?
No. That's what I'm saying. I don't think Brunson is.
Why is Jason Kidd a better point guard than Jalen Brunson all time other than defense?
Uh like he's gotten to the finals multiple times, played it really
Yeah, he's
bad.
gotten twice and they lost.
Lost to
Like,
the Lakers. Like,
yeah, and the Spurs. Okay.
yeah, I mean,
Okay, well, I mean, what? This guy just
this
Jalen Brunson just
longevity
beat
matters. It's
an
like
elite Spurs team. Yeah,
he's
yeah.
like one of
But
the long he's played
longevity,
like an incredibly long career. Defense,
yeah.
the passing.
But long
Uh
again, like his one ring was with like the Mavs. That's fine.
yeah.
That's respectable, right? But my
I
point is,
I will
this guy,
completely agree with you
yeah,
that like first option being the best player on a championship team, having an all-time run, definitely vaults you up there. I just think he's not there yet because his regular season impact, he's never been anything that insane. Like he's always been great, but the playoffs has been
he's like
where
a
it kind of get.
27 point a game scorer every single season, or like
Yeah, I
25 to
know.
28. Like that's like amazing.
It's
That's
great. It's
great.
great. Like I think, but like he's never been like consist. He's like top five point guard right at the end. I think Tyrese was better than him last couple, like the whole time until this year because he was hurt.
I think going into the playoffs last year, there's no shot we would have taken Tyrese over Jalen
The
Brunson
year before that, I
until
would have, and then the playoffs. Once you like, he
the
got
year
healthier.
before that. Sure, that's because Tyrese Halliburton had a crazy year. Like, and that was only the first half of the year. He fell back down to earth after
But I
injury
think,
in 24.
I think Hallie is better. Like healthy Hallie is
Hallie
better.
last year, yeah, yeah. I mean, okay, wait. So you're telling me we see Hallie in the playoffs last year was better than Brunson was in the playoffs this year?
Yes,
This is the same Hallie that had a 6 point game in the finals.
he was hurt.
Oh, what? What do
Yeah,
you
it
mean
was
he was hurt?
game five. He was hurt. He hurt his calf. That's why he couldn't play game seven.
I don't know. It just feels like he's too
And also,
inconsistent.
it's the Thunder. The Thunder last year was.
Okay, Brunson fucking beat a team that
I
beat the
agree. He had
Thunder.
one good game, like one. Okay, no, he had more than one good game. My bad. He had two
Come
good
on.
games, three good. He was
He
like
had
you said, under
three good games.
40%. The
Three good
clutch making
games.
is what the most impressive part of the game, right?
He still ended up shooting better than 40% from the field. All
Yeah,
right,
but his
give it
like
a
true
break.
shooting was like
And like
56% the whole
his
thing.
his 3 point shooting was good. All right. And
I'm
he
not
had
denying that.
40,
I think Hallie's better.
he emptied the clip. 45 for the last game. I can't hate on him. I don't know. I
Oh,
think
for
it's
sure.
like I don't know who else you'd
It's
even
like the thing is
like
like
why is Steve
shit
Nash better? It's the
changes.
MVP, I guess. But like
Steve Nash is better. Like he
yeah,
is.
it's the MVPs and it's
It's not even the
offensive impact.
MVPs.
I
He was
can't.
just
It's the
like
offensive
tough
impact. Yeah,
hands,
yeah, yeah.
super unlucky shit happened to him. Like he was a guy who deserves to be there. He never like was a playoff dropper by any means.
No, he was amazing. Like he
Yeah.
revolutionized offense. But I think it's like I think it feels weird to say Jalen Brunson is in that kind of position, but I 100%
But like
believe
that's what I'm saying. Would you have said that 2 games ago? Like even when they were up 2-1. Like the last 2 games, I agree that game five vaults him like he was so good. But I just feel like the game five is giving so much impact. Like OG was seen as the finals MVP 4 games in. That game five was
not
so
four
excellent.
games in. It was
Yeah, it
three
was
games
game.
in.
No, it was four
No.
games.
After game
Game four
four,
was when OG went crazy, dude. That was the 33-point game, the tip in. He was seen
no,
as the
but
finals
in
MVP.
that same game, Jalen Brunson had 36 points.
Yeah, he did, but OG was better, simply.
No, I feel like Jalen Brunson was bigger for that comeback than OG
I
was
completely disagree. I
until
disagree.
the
No, it's
block and
not.
the
I mean, the
tip.
block, the tip, he hit huge shots in the fourth quarter. I thought he was consistently better for the first four games. And then fi game
I don't
five,
think
it's
so.
Jalen
I mean,
Brunson
game
has
five, sure,
was
yeah,
amazing. Like legitimately one of the best performances, probably the best
ever.
playoff performance this season. Maybe against like another one of those crazy Wemby games like game one. But yeah,
That was crazy. Yeah, I don't know. Wait, let me. I actually want to see this. The game four stats. Jalen Brunson 36. I want to see fourth quarter. Fuck.
and even if
Oh, wait.
again, he was
Brunson
probably
had
better
nine.
down the
OG
stretch,
had
but I think it
eight.
was pretty close.
No, it was close. I'm not denying that, but I'm
And I
just
think
saying that
OG
like
was pretty instrumental in keeping them in the game. Like I felt like Jalen
I
Brunson
thought
really turned up in the
Brunson was
third
doing
quarter.
that. I felt like Brunson was the one keeping them in the game, dude.
I think you're right,
No,
actually.
Yeah, OG turned up more in the third quarter. Brunson was huge in the
Dude, that proves
second.
my point. That proves your point,
No,
if
you
anything. You were
said
like,
the
no,
that's
I
what I'm
said the opposite
saying.
thing,
It
but you
proves
said
my point.
no,
It
you
proves
said
my
that Brunson fueled the comeback. It sounds like OG fueled the comeback.
no, because at the end of the day, Brunson was the one who
He had
killed it
three
in
more
the fourth.
points on less efficient shooting.
I don't know. It felt
And
like
OG
he was
had
the
the
one.
elite defense. Anyways, that's what I'm saying. Like first two games, Cat Finals MVP. First four games, OG Finals MVP. Brunson had this amazing historic game five.
But the thing is, Brunson
It
was good
vaults him in the
throughout,
top
though.
10 point guard
Like,
talks? I don't think so. That's my point. And I think Brunson's amazing. I think he'll get there, but I just don't think he's there yet.
no, no, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, obviously, if he retired right now with three All NBAs and three All Stars and one ring, he's not a top 10 point
Some
guard.
people
But
say
I'm
that.
no, okay,
I mean, some people
that's
have, I think
crazy.
Shea's top 10 and he's like one more better year than Brunson, basically. I mean, he's been
Yeah,
better,
okay,
but
it's
like,
not
like you
that.
think about
Yeah,
it.
yeah. And the defense. But like if again, like five more seasons where like I don't know, like I don't get what your logic is. Like you get what I'm saying. In five more seasons, he is not gonna just okay. It's very unlikely he just drops off. He's like 28, 29. He has at least 3 to 5 more seasons of him being an arguable top 10
Yeah,
player.
I'm just saying like people are already at the point where like Jalen Brunson's had a better career than Dame. And I disagree with
Well,
that.
that's like okay. What I'm saying is like he,
Even
it's
peak,
so
I
to
don't
me
think
it's a
it's
waste of it just feels like we're wasting everyone's time by not saying it because he's not just gonna stop. Like he has already done the hard part. He just has to keep doing the regular season
right.
bullshit and then he's over name, right? So what's the point of even saying like that goes without saying. He is gonna be
I just don't think the
like
peak
it's
versus Dame is that crazy different. That's my point.
oh dude, come on. Okay. Tell me one time. Okay. Show me any like just
I'm just
complete
thinking, like, please
meltdown on
compare the
Jalen
teams,
Brunson's
dog.
playoff record.
Please compare the teams. And we're looking at a 3 year, like you could look at 3 year track for Dame, and he's not gonna have that. And also just look at like compare the teams.
I understand the Dame had to play some tough teams. What happened when he joined Giannis in Milwaukee? What happened
I'm gonna look
in
at Jalen
like
Brunson playoff series stats right now.
please? Oh, dude, this is great for me. And then I have to go. But
I'm
yeah, this
looking
is
for
please
I was
do
thinking
it.
last year, like how is he doing
Do
against
it. You will see him. You will see his respectable stats. He's a playoff riser. Dame is a playoff dropper.
fair.
Yes, exactly. Thank you. Are you fucking looking at these stats?
I mean,
What?
he's been good. I'm not gonna deny
Yes,
that.
he's been great. He's been better than Yasmin in the regular season. And he's good in the regular season. Dude, in his time in New York, he's averaged 25 and a half or 26 a game. 26.3 a game, bro. Shooting 48, 39, 84 splits.
I've also always thought with him, like the team's not as its at its best when he's on the floor. Like I feel like he pounds the ball a lot. I've always thought that's a
He
part of
does.
his
Okay, that is a
problem.
negative. No, no,
That is
that
a
is
negative.
totally a negative. I point that flaw too. All right, he's definitely super ball dominant, and at times against, like in game three against the Spurs, that's why they lost. I agree. Okay, but it doesn't matter because in a lot of these teams that he's had to, like in the Sixers series, for example, they needed him to do that. They didn't have Randall, right?
Right.
He was their only off. It was him and Dante, right? So what do you expect him to do,
No, I
right?
agree. I
Against
think he's a playoff riser for sure. I don't think Dame's a dropper. And he,
He is a dropper.
I think we're looking at the surrounding cast, and you're like, it's hard to judge off that. Like he's not getting
I
the
don't know.
coverages like you're comparing like if we were comparing like oh Shea like couldn't do the what Brunson did against like look at how he was guarded. It's so much worse because of the offensive situation.
I think Brunson in like that Heat series was getting guarded just as hard as Dame has ever gotten guarded. All right. I
I don't
think
remember it that well, but
Brunson in the no, I mean they guard like there's no other offensive option from the guard. Yeah, Dame, look at the efficiency for Dame. I'm begging you, just look at it, please. In his playoff career, he shoots just about 41% from the field. He shoots 44% from two.
it's a different play style. But yeah,
Oh, come on. What? He's shooting because he's attempting 9 threes a game.
I
I'm
don't know.
telling you, dude.
I'm not there
Like,
yet. That's all I'm
no,
saying.
again, like I can see why right now, if he retired, no shit, he's not making it all. He's not. He's probably a Hall of Famer, but he's not like nearly a top 10
No,
point
he's a
guard of
Hall of
all
Famer.
time.
Yeah, yeah.
But it doesn't take very much for him to continue this production in the East. All right. He's going to keep making the playoffs, probably going to make a few more conference finals, maybe have another title run. All right. That's more than Dame has done.
Yeah.
That's more than Dame has done in any year. I'll go year by year for you because I'm that big of a hater. 2015 loses to the Grizzlies in the first round. 2016, that was when LaMarcus Aldridge actually left. But either way, you made the playoffs. You lost again to the Warriors. That was the step. I'm back here. Steph was
Bro,
hurt,
it's the
dropped 40
fucking
on
Warrior.
Dame's head.
Who's on his team? He had a great
He had
series.
he had CJ. He had a fine
Dude,
I
CJ,
don't know.
what are we talking about?
He did not have a good series. He got outplayed by Clay in that series, 2015-16. He shot 37% from the field that entire playoffs. That's
Oh
crazy.
yeah, not ideal.
Yeah, no. And then 2016-17, again lost to the, actually not the Warriors. Who did they lose to? No, there was a Warriors. They got fucking destroyed. Again, not sure. Yeah, you should have
Who's
compared
on his
Steph and his
team,
stats
bro?
that series.
Who is on his team?
It doesn't matter. That doesn't mean you perform like shit. You want to talk about
Yes, it does.
2017-18?
There's the defense on you is way different. That's how it goes.
Again, Jalen Brunson in the series against in the series where Randall is hurt, he is the only person who can even dribble
Okay,
the
you're naming
basketball on
two
us.
series. I can name two series where Damian Lillard was like amazing just by himself. Like again, that Denver series.
Yeah, the Denver
Nuclear.
series, who was guarding him in that series?
Fair.
Like, come on. That Denver, yeah, I don't know. And then yeah, I don't know. It was like Austin Rivers guarding him, bro. Like, come on. I mean, Austin Rivers is not that bad of a
Campazzo.
defender, but no way, it's funny. But yeah, 2017-18, no reason for him to shoot 35% from fucking the field and 30% from three, 39% from two. Are you fucking kidding me? Getting outplayed by Drew Holiday that
That was
Steph
a
went
bad
on to
series though,
destroy.
for sure. That was a bad series.
And then 2018-19, after having this, oh, just such an incredible series against the Thunder, CJ outplayed him in the second round. Steph destroyed him. He averaged 36 and a half on his head in the thing. And mind you, Kevin Durant didn't play that series. That was the
Oh my
worst
God, the 73-9
version.
Warriors without Kevin
Oh,
Durant. Like, what are we
please,
talking about?
please, bro, please. Do you know the fucking lineups in that series? We were playing Alfonso McKinney and Jordan Bell big
They
minutes, bro.
regularly start like Al-Farouq Aminu and Yusuf Nurkic. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, I mean, Alfredo Camino, I feel like must have been gone by then. But yeah, I get what you're saying. But all I'm saying is, you know who the best player was for or the second best player was for the Blazers in that 2018-19 Warriors series? I'll give you a hint. It wasn't Dame. Dame was not a top two player. It was Seth Curry. Seth Curry outplayed Dame in that 2018-19 series. If you're getting better production from Seth Curry,
Production
like
is that's not true. I mean,
2018-19, shit, bro. He probably was playing better playmaking role than Dame was too.
okay.
2019-20, again, like that was the bubble MVP he won. I don't even know what
Yeah,
they did in they lost to Lakers. They won game one, right?
first
When
round.
Dame hit
Yeah.
that crazy deep shot and then they lost in five.
Yeah.
That was when they gentlemen swept both the Rockets and the Blazers in back-to-back rounds. 21, that was his best playoffs. In his best playoffs, he shot 46% from the field. Bravo. Bravo. And fun
On
fact
like crazy
again,
amount of three-point volume.
yeah, 13 is crazy. I mean, that's like a normal Steph thing, but yeah, that's a lot. But you know what's even funnier? 46% from the field is more than 20% more, or sorry, more than two, 20% more than 2% more than he's ever shot from the field. In like the second best he's ever shot from the field in the playoffs is 44%. And that was
Look at
in
his rookie year though, or
his
not second,
rookie,
second,
his second
third
year
year,
in the league. Was it third year? Yeah.
46.8.
No, second year.
Yeah. Is this, I think it's third year, right? Oh no. Yeah, second year.
What are you looking at? Where did it say 46.8?
Oh, I was looking at playoff series. I thought that's what you were looking at.
No, I'm just looking at his overall playoff stats.
Oh,
Sorry, not
okay.
his not individual series. I'm talking about
Gotcha, gotcha.
his overall. I don't know, man. Maybe we've gone way too deep into it, Dave's career, but like I think Jalen Brunson, like give it plus Dame. You think Dame's ever making another All NBA team? Like he's done. Like this is
Yeah, no,
it
he's
now.
done. Yeah,
This
yeah.
is 2, 6, 9. He's nine All Stars and probably like what 5 All NBAs, 7 All NBAs.
Seven
Yeah,
All
that's
NBAs.
it. It's
It's a
done for
great
him.
career.
It's a great career. It's a great career. Jalen Brunson, in 3 years, he will have demolished that, all of it. Like it's done. The six
Is
and
it?
six is better. 6 and 6 is better than 9 and 7 with nothing else, no playoff accolades at all,
I mean, fair. Yeah.
right?
Conference finals.
And we're talking about like you keep saying like you can't glaze the Knicks and then look like not talk about their best player, like an
I'm glazing the Knicks
all-time
because they're an
offense.
incredible team. Like this is
But
an
they're getting
all-time
those
starting lineup.
shots. They're getting those shots because of Jalen Brunson.
Karl
They
Anthony Towns is just as important to that roster.
just as
That was my
important.
whole point of making him
I
a top
know.
10 player.
Yeah,
And
I
I think
know.
that's still true. I
That's
think
so good.
which again, not looking great because he like, but again, all time plus minus,
Yeah, I
like
get it.
that's every time he's in the
Jalen
game,
Brunson
it's a
actually had a
complete positive.
negative. Jalen Brunson had a negative plus minus in the Spurs series until like I think game 4.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
Like when they played him,
wild,
when they
right?
changed the coverage
That's
on him,
so
way more
crazy.
single coverage, he
But
dominated,
it doesn't.
and
Okay,
it's
this is
very
yeah.
impressive. But I think, like, I just think this team is so good. I don't want to boost him up so much because of it. I agree
I
he's a
just
playoff
think we're
riser, but
yes.
I don't know he's like this all-time playoff engine. I don't think he's there.
Yeah, I think that I have to sleep, but we're taking it for granted just a bit because it's always easy to say like the whole like Jordan didn't win without until Pippen came. Steph wouldn't like they wouldn't have won that series without Andre Iguodala in 2015. Yes. But what the fuck are they doing without their best player? Like I just don't think it's fair to say like yes, all these role players, they do their job, they're very instrumental, and they probably don't win without them, but they are not they're like barely a playoff team without
Replace
Brunson, in my
Jalen Brunson
opinion.
with CJ McCollum, they make the finals. I don't
Oh,
care. They
please.
make the
How
finals.
dare you? This is
They make
insane.
the finals.
Oh
I
yeah, oh yeah.
promise.
Wait, last thing so I could fully um beat up your point. If CJ McCollum is that good, Dame couldn't make the finals one time with it, bro.
No,
Crazy.
I'm saying that they can accomplish just as much because that team
I'm
is so
kidding.
good.
No, I'm kidding. But I don't think that's true. But I think that's also an intangibles thing
For
with
sure. Yeah, I
Brunson.
mean Brunson's a
But
huge leader.
yeah.
Like definitely like
Yeah,
the mentality comes from him about
yeah.
like the whole time they were like 0-0 shit. Like they
That
were
shit is
locked
so,
in.
oh God, that's just, yeah. Yeah.
Hey, it worked.
I don't even like Jalen Brunson. I can't believe I defended him for like 20 minutes, but I don't like Dame either, so maybe that's why.
Yeah, I think yeah,
Okay.
you like you hate them more.
I hate everyone except Steph and the Warriors. Okay. I think we can call it there. Great pod.
Great pod.
Thanks so much for listening to the podcast. Follow us on our socials, and we will be back at you soon with a pre-draft. One. When is the NBA draft? Next
Next
Tuesday?
Wednesday. Yeah, next Tuesday. Exactly.
Wednesday. Okay. Shit, we should try to record on before that then. We can do a quick little draft. No, it is oh, it's both
Next Tuesday.
23rd and 24th. Yeah, yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
next Tuesday.
Okay, great. Yeah. Thanks so much for listening.